Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to make this improvised double crochet stitch. Now why do I call it an improvised double crochet stitch is because you can see there are no gaps. I'm stretching the swatch here, yet you cannot see any gaps in between. It's a very solid stitch, looks prettier, and it can be used in a variety of projects like the bra cups, or you can use it to make blankets, and you can just overall use it to make things that you don't want to be having gaps. So this is how the stitch looks like, and this is how a normal double crochet stitch looks like. Now you see, even if I'm not stretching it, you can see a lot of gaps. If I stretch it, you can almost see through the fabric. So many gaps. And if I stitch the improvised version the same way, you see there are no gaps in between. So what we're going to learn is this stitch against the traditional double crochet stitch. I call it the improvised double crochet stitch. So to begin with, we are going to make a slip knot and start making chains. So just to show you a swatch, I'm going to make a random number of chains. So I have made chains first, and now we're going to start making the stitch. For that, we are going to chain 2. After chaining 2, we skip the very first chain, and in the second chain we insert a hook and pull through some yarn. Now we have 2 loops in a hook. We are going to go in the next chain, insert a hook and pull through some yarn. Now we have 3 loops in a hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops. You see, we already have our first double crochet here. Now there are 2 slanting yarn, like slanting chains here. You can see this is the topmost chain. There's a slanting yarn over here, and there's a slanting line right over here as well. You go in the second one, insert a hook in the second one like this, and pull through some yarn. You have 2 loops on your hook. Now you go to the next chain, pull through, go to the next, oh where's the next, yeah, go through the next chain, pull through some yarn. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. Again, you have these slanting lines. You go in the second line, insert your hook in it and pull through some yarn. Then you go to the next chain and pull through some yarn. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. We're going to continue making the same stitch again till we reach the end. This is just the first row. You won't realize how solid our double crochet stitches are looking like because this is just the first row. Once we complete a significant amount of rows, you'll realize how the normal double crochet stitch looks like and how this improvised double crochet stitch looks like in comparison to the traditional one. And I'll also make a swatch of the normal double crochet stitches, and I'll show you how different they look like. I hope you've got the gist. I'll just do a couple of more stitches with you guys, and then I'll finish my row off the camera. You again insert your hook in that slanting line, yarn and pull through some yarn. You go to the next chain, pull through some yarn, and then you make a double crochet. So when you're doing this, you might have realized that effectively you're making one single crochet on top of the other, but I prefer doing it this way because one, it is faster. You are making one single crochet on top of the other at the same time, so your row is faster. Like I'm just making one row, but if you go to see, these are 2 single crochet rows. And 2, this somehow, and I don't know why, but this stitch looks far more neater than just the single crochet rows. I don't know how, I don't know why, but somehow it does. So we are going to end our row soon. I just want you guys to see how we end our row as well. So let me just finish the row with you guys. So we are on our second last stitch, on to our last stitch. This is our last stitch, and here, so we finished the row as usual actually, but I want you guys to see how we start the second row. And now we go to our last stitch and make the single crochet as usual. So here you can see how solid our row looks like. If you stretch it, it won't actually have a lot of gaps. Okay, so moving on to our next row on top of this, I'll show you how we do that. So in case of the normal double crochet stitch, what we do is chain 3 and turn around our work and start making double crochets in each of the stitches, right? But here what we do is we turn around our work and we chain 2, not 3 but 2. Also, please keep in mind that you don't have to chain 2 and then turn around your work. You first turn it around and then you make chain 2. I know these are very little details, but it actually makes a massive difference in how your stitches look like. Once we're done making our 2 chains, we go into our second chain. We pull through some yarn, and now we go on to our first stitch, pull through some yarn and make a double crochet as usual. Now again you have these 2 slanting lines. You go into the second line, pull through some yarn, go to the next stitch and make a double crochet. You see, it is absolutely easy. So I know it might get a little bit tricky in case you're a beginner or if you're seeing this stitch for the very first time, but as you go on making these stitches, you get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, it is going to be very easy, as natural as a normal double crochet. So please don't worry if you find it a bit tricky right now, but in reality it is very easy, saves your time and makes a beautiful stitch as well. Now I'm just going to keep crocheting all throughout the row and I'll see you once I'm done. We have finished our second row and this is how our swatch looks like. Now I just want to show you guys one more time how to make a row on top of this. So we first turn our project, we make 2 chains. In the second chain we enter our hook, grab some yarn. Now in the first stitch, and we make a double crochet. And this is how you continue making your double crochet stitches. I'm going to continue making these, and I'll see you once I am done. Thank you for watching my video. If you do like my video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Happy crocheting!